Jace Monroe vanished without a sound. Gloria left the ship pale and silent. Kyle stayed behind, chasing shadows with a drone. 3 strangers, 1 haunted deck, and a cruise ship that's been swallowing secrets for decades. What started as a luxury escape turned into a digital breadcrumb trail of fear, cover-ups, and something ancient lurking below. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a true mystery wrapped in tech glitches, biometric tracking, and a deck that watches back. The Crime Scene presents a new page of crime, a new mystery, a new shock case. It started like any other influencer hustle: sunset shots, drone flyovers, and a luxury cruise through the Caribbean that screamed viral potential. Jace Monroe, 27, wasn't just chasing clout. He was deep into haunted legends, ghost tours, and anything that gave his followers chills. The Ocean Majesty was supposed to be his next big hit. Sponsored, stacked with gear, and hyped to the max, he boarded with 3 drones, 2 GoPros, and a whole lot of swagger. But 3 days in, things got weird. He posted a reel, shaky footage of Deck 7, grainy and off-kilter. The caption? Asterisk, something's wrong. Real wrong. Asterisk, that was the last anyone saw of him. No alarms. No splash. No drama. Just gone. His cabin was untouched, gear still charging, and his phone, left recording, captured something eerie. Faint footsteps. A low hum. Not the usual ship engine noise, but something deeper, like it was coming from inside the walls. Security swept the area, but there was no sign of struggle, no forced entry, no reason to panic, at least officially. Behind the scenes, crew members were shook. One bartender swore he saw Jace pacing the deck at 3 a.m., talking to himself. Another claimed the lights flickered every time someone walked past cabin 714. The cruise line played it cool. Unfortunate incident, they said. Likely fell overboard. But the footage told a different story. Jace's last frame showed him staring into the lens, eyes wide, like he'd seen something. Something that didn't belong. And then, static. His followers blew up the comments, demanding answers. Reddit threads popped off. TikTok sleuths started digging. But the deeper they went, the darker it got. Deck 7 wasn't just another hallway. It had a rep, and Jace? He wasn't the first to disappear. Just the loudest. The one who left breadcrumbs. And maybe, just maybe, the one who woke something up. Deck 7 wasn't just another hallway with shuffleboard and lounge chairs. It had a rep, and not the kind you find in travel blogs. Back in '98, a crew member named Elena Vasquez was found dead behind the laundry chute. No blood, no signs of a fight. Just her body twisted like she'd been dropped from a height that didn't exist. Her locker held one thing, a note scrawled in red ink that read, asterisk, the sea takes what it's owed. Asterisk, no suspects. No motive. Case closed. But the whispers never stopped. Since then, weird stuff kept happening. Passengers sleepwalking straight to Deck 7, eyes glazed, mouth shut. One guy woke up standing on the railing, arms stretched like he was about to dive. Another woman claimed she saw someone in a soaked uniform standing at the end of the hallway, staring. When she blinked, the figure was gone, but her shoes were wet. Cruise staff chalked it up to heat stroke, too much rum, or overactive imagination. But locals in port towns had a different take. They called it La Sombra del Mar, the shadow of the sea, a legend older than the ship itself. The vibe on Deck 7 was off. Lights flickered for no reason. The air felt heavy, like breathing through a wet towel. Some guests refused to walk it alone, even in daylight. Maintenance logs showed constant electrical issues, but no one could pinpoint the cause. One electrician quit mid-contract, said the wiring felt alive. And every time someone went missing, Deck 7 was the last place they were seen. Security tried to keep it quiet. Cameras were malfunctioning. Reports got buried. But the stories kept stacking. Elena wasn't the first. Jace wasn't the last. And whatever haunted that deck, it didn't care about time, names, or logic. It just waited. Quiet. Patient. Hungry. Gloria wasn't your average cruise guest. She was a retired psychic from New Orleans, the kind who used to read palms in jazz clubs and claimed she could hear spirits and static. She booked the Ocean Majesty after seeing Jace Monroe's teaser reel. Said something in the footage felt familiar, like deja vu wrapped in dread. Her son had vanished on the same ship years ago, and she'd never gotten answers. This trip wasn't for leisure. It was personal. From the moment she stepped on board, Gloria refused to sleep below deck 8. She said the energy down there was twisted, like something was feeding off fear. She tried warning the captain, but got brushed off like she was just another eccentric tourist. So she went rogue. Started live streaming her own readings from the upper deck, using EMF meters, pendulums, and a beat-up spirit box. Her followers, mostly true crime junkies and ghost chasers, were hooked. One night, during a live session, her EMF reader spiked hard. The needle jumped, lights flashed, and Gloria froze mid-sentence. Her eyes locked on the camera, wide and glassy. Then she whispered, barely audible, "Asterisk, it's not a ghost. It's something older." Asterisk, that was her last post. No goodbye, no wrap-up, just silence. She disembarked early the next morning, pale and shaking. Didn't speak to anyone. Didn't even collect her luggage. Crew said she looked like she'd seen death. Her cabin was left untouched, but the mirror had a single word scratched into the glass. Asterisk below. Asterisk. After she left, her followers started digging. Turns out, Gloria had been researching maritime folklore for years. She believed certain ships carried echoes, residual energy from past tragedies. And the Ocean Majesty? It had more than echoes. It had something alive, something ancient, something that didn't like being filmed. And Gloria? She got too close. Way too close. The truth started leaking through the cracks when a kitchen staffer dropped a bombshell on Reddit. He'd worked the Ocean Majesty for 2 years and claimed the cruise line had been hiding something big. Internal memos, buried in the system, showed that part of Deck 7 had been sealed off, not for renovations, but because of unexplained electrical surges. The kind that fried cameras, killed lights, and made radios spit static. One memo described a blackout during a wedding reception. The bride vanished mid-toast. Her body was found 2 days later jammed inside the pool filtration system, twisted like she'd been dragged through metal. Security footage from that night? Corrupted. Every time someone tried to play it, the file glitched and looped a single frame. The bride staring into the lens, eyes pitch black, mouth open like she was screaming, but no sound. The cruise line called it a technical error, but the staff knew better. They'd seen the hallway lights flicker in sync with footsteps. They'd heard whispers in empty rooms. One janitor quit after claiming he saw water dripping from the ceiling on a dry deck. The whistleblower said the company kept it quiet to protect the brand. They'd rather lose a few passengers than tank their reputation. He posted screenshots of the memos, timestamps, and even a blurry photo of the sealed hallway, covered in rust, with a single warning sign, asterisk, do not enter. Maintenance only. Asterisk, that post got nuked within hours. His account vanished, but the screenshots spread fast. TikTok sleuths, YouTube investigators, even paranormal forums picked it up. Turns out, Deck 7 wasn't just haunted, it was quarantined. Not for ghosts, for something worse. Something that messed with tech, warped footage, and made people disappear without a trace. And the cruise line? They weren't clueless. They were complicit, covering it up, hoping no one would dig too deep. But Jace did, and it cost him everything. Kyle wasn't some wannabe ghost hunter. He was a tech junkie with a serious obsession for digital forensics and viral mysteries. After Jace Monroe's disappearance blew up online, Kyle booked the Ocean Majesty under a fake name, packed a thermal drone, and made it his mission to find out what really went down on Deck 7. He didn't care about cruise buffets or beach stops. He wanted proof. Something raw. Something the cruise line couldn't scrub. On the third night, around 3 a.m., Kyle launched his drone from the upper deck. It hovered over Deck 7, scanning for heat signatures. What it picked up wasn't normal. A human-sized figure was pacing in tight circles, slow and steady. But when Kyle zoomed in, the shape had no face. Just a blur, like static wrapped in skin. The drone's sensors glitched. Battery drained twice as fast. And the footage? It came out warped, colors inverted, audio scrambled, like the deck itself was rejecting the tech. Kyle posted a clip to TikTok with the caption, asterisk, Deck 7 ain't empty. Asterisk, it blew up overnight. Millions of views. Comments flooded in, some claiming they saw a second figure, others swearing they heard whispers in the audio. But within 24 hours, Kyle's account was banned. His video got flagged for violating community guidelines. Then came the cease and desist from the cruise company. Legal threats. Silence. Kyle didn't go home. Rumor is, he stayed on board. Took a job as a janitor to keep access. Started mapping the ship's blind spots. Some passengers said they saw him walking the halls with a modified EMF reader strapped to his wrist. Others claimed he stopped speaking altogether. Just stared, like he was listening to something no one else could hear. Whatever Kyle found, it changed him. And whatever's on Deck 7, it doesn't want to be seen. Doesn't want to be named. But Kyle? He's still watching. Still waiting. Still chasing the truth. The deeper people dug into the Ocean Majesty, the weirder it got. A leaked passenger manifest revealed something wild. Select guests were being tracked with biometric wristbands. Not for fun. Not for fitness. For data. Heart rate, sleep cycles, movement patterns, even emotional spikes. The cruise line called it a wellness initiative, but the tech was way too advanced for that. Jace Monroe had one. So did Gloria. So did the bride who vanished during the blackout. All three had biometric logs that went haywire right before they disappeared. Jace's data showed his heart rate spiked to 180 BPM at 2:47 a.m., then flatlined. But the location tracker? It kept pinging from Deck 7 for 3 more days. Even after he was declared missing. The cruise company blamed it on hardware malfunction. But a hacker pulled the raw logs and found something darker. The tracker wasn't just pinging, it was moving. Slow, deliberate steps. Like someone was pacing. Or something was dragging him. Gloria's wristband showed massive emotional spikes. Fear, confusion, then nothing. Her last log was tagged asterisk below. Asterisk, same word scratched into her cabin mirror. The bride's data was even creepier. Her heart rate dropped to near 0 before she vanished. Like she was already gone before she died. The hacker who leaked the log said the system was designed to detect anomalies. But instead of alerting security, it rerouted the data to a private server. One that didn't belong to the cruise line. No one could trace it. No one could shut it down. It was like the ship had a second brain, watching, recording, learning. Passengers started noticing weird glitches. Wristbands heating up. Lights flickering when they walked past certain doors. Some swore they heard whispers through the band speakers. Not voices. Just sounds. What sounds? Like something breathing through water. Whatever was on Deck 7 wasn't just haunting people. It was studying them. Tracking them. Choosing them. 6 months after the last known incident, a YouTube channel called Ghostwake dropped a video titled Asterisk Deck 7. The Truth. Asterisk it hit like a bomb. The footage was raw, unedited, and allegedly pulled from Jace Monroe's unreleased camera files. No intro. No commentary. Just grainy visuals and distorted audio. It opened with Jace walking alone down Deck 7. The hallway dim and flickering like a busted horror set. His steps echoed weirdly, like the walls were breathing. He kept glancing over his shoulder, twitchy, paranoid. Then he stopped, turned, and stared straight into the lens. Behind him, something rose from the shadows. Not a person, not even a ghost. It looked wet, like it had just crawled out of the ocean. No face, no features, just eyes, 2 glowing orbs like floodlights cutting through fog. Jace dropped the camera. The feed glitched, then cut to black. The video racked up 2 million views in under 12 hours. But by morning, it was gone. Removed for violating platform policy. Ghostwake went silent. No uploads. No replies. But the damage was done. Viewers started reporting strange things. Some claimed they saw their own reflections in the footage, not in mirrors, but in the shadows. Others said the audio triggered sleep paralysis. One guy swore he heard his name whispered when he slowed the clip to half speed. Forums lit up. Paranormal Reddit exploded. But no one could verify the source. The metadata was scrambled. The file had no origin point. Like it had been uploaded from nowhere. Some believed Jace was still alive, trapped in some digital limbo. Others said the footage was cursed, that watching it marked you. Whatever the truth was, one thing stuck. Deck 7 wasn't just haunted. It was a threshold, a place where reality bent, where tech failed, where people vanished. And now, thanks to one final broadcast, the mystery wasn't just on board, it was spreading. Through screens, through sound, through anyone who dared to look.